Okay, so in my version of the Arisaka Type 99, my front sight, the left wing is broken off right here. And that's how I purchased the gun. I didn't think it would be too difficult to rip out the pin and get a new front sight put in, which I have. But the challenge is that the Japanese actually press these pins into place, and they're very difficult to actually identify exactly where they are. I'll put this up as close as I can to the camera. I don't know if you can even see it. Well, I guess you can right there. But they glued over the pins, and they were machined so well, they're very hard to see. Now, I've heard that you can drift these pins out, but on this particular rifle, I cannot drift it out. I'm going to need a press. I've done everything I could to try to knock it out of there. I just simply can't do it. So my friend has a shop, and in there he's got a press, and he's agreed to give me a hand and see if we can actually press the pin out, get this old sight off, and new sight on. So let's head over to my buddy's shop and see what we can do with this press. All right, we're over in my buddy's shop, and he's got a 110,000 pound press. What we did was we just cut off the end of a punch. We're going to use that to try to press out the pin. We've got the gun set up, we've got the press set up. I get the lucky job of trying to hold the pin on the sight in the right spot. So here we go. All right, this is not what I would consider recommended gunsmithing, but since the press didn't work, we ended up taking a cutting wheel, and we actually cut that front sight off. There was no way that press was going to push that pin through. So we ended up cutting it off. Now we'll put the new one on. Crazy. But it worked. Okay, so like I said, I wouldn't recommend this style of gunsmithing, but we did end up having to cut the old one off. The tolerances were so tight. With that 110,000 pound press, we could not get the pin out of here, so we just cut the front sight off. We did manage to get the new sight on, and we did use the press to press that pin in. It took that much to put the pin back in. So if you're ever trying to change one of these out and you want to try to drift that pin out, forget about it. Not going to happen. All right. Okay, so just, wrapping up the front sight replacement. Again, I've read that you can drift these pins out. I know they were pressed in originally during World War II. I've heard you can drift them out. They typically go right to left. Again, I couldn't drift it out. We put that 110,000 pound press on it. We could not even press that pin out. So we ended up cutting off. The front sight, and then putting on the new front sight. And I wish I would have got some video of that when we were in my buddy's shop. But it actually goes on a certain way too. If you put it on backwards, there's a little bit of a ring underneath here, and it won't go on. And you have to flip it around, and then it will just it'll fit over that ring. And we used just a brass hammer and kind of tapped it into place, and it fell right into place. We then used the press to put the pin back in, and it actually looks really great at this point. But if you've ever come across this, or you have experience with an Arisaka Type 99 front sight, please leave some comments down below. I'd like to hear what it took you to actually replace the front sight. We went through a lot And this took me quite a number of years to get to this point, just on and off, but I finally did get it replaced. I'd like to hear how you do it. So if anybody's tried it, please leave some comments. Hey, if you are liking the channel, please hit like, subscribe, hit the little bell so when we drop new content, you get notified. All your support is always greatly appreciated. We will talk to you soon.